Hi, my name is Luke. I practice in the field of Integrative and Lifestyle Medicine. Integrative and Lifestyle Medicine puts you in the center, gives a 360-degree approach of you as a whole. We help you put it together, we help you find a way, and that is the power of Integrative and Lifestyle Medicine. I hope you're having a great day. Today I want to talk about, yesterday we spoke about vitamin E. You know, this powerful vitamin when it comes to heart health, cardiovascular, menopausal symptoms like hot flushes, sleeplessness, a lot of tension during menopause. Today we're going to talk about a micronutrient. There's a big difference between a vitamin and a micronutrient. Micronutrients are also known as trace minerals. The very word suggests that the body needs it in very, very small quantities. At the same time, if we lack that small quantity, it can create a lot of issues. Today what I'm talking about is selenium. We've heard about selenium before, but it plays a huge role, and this is the beauty of the human body. Even a slight deficiency of something really small, which is why we can never neglect the small things in anything. Small things in relationships, small things in the human body, because the small things add up over time to the larger things that can pose higher risks. Well, selenium is required by men and women, more in men, and most of the selenium in men is contained in the testicles. It plays a huge role in fertility. In fact, if a man has less selenium, the quality of the sperm, the shape of the sperm, which also plays a huge role in fertility, and everything else is compromised. So when you're looking at fertility, when you're looking at infertility, you don't just look at a woman and the problems that she may have. You look at a man, as well, the quality of sperm, the amount of sperm that can be produced, and selenium is required for that. Selenium is also required in men and women for heart function. We spoke about vitamin E yesterday for the dilation of your blood vessels. Well, vitamin E and selenium work together to become a very powerful antioxidant, which reduces inflammation in the arteries that supply blood to every single cell of the human body. So you see, everything in the human body is interdependent. So that's why when you get on fad diets, when you get on extreme diets that deprive you, it may get you quick weight loss, but it deprives you of these vitamins and trace minerals. You have larger problems. You lose weight, but you have disease. You lose weight, but you start rapidly aging. You lose weight, you lose your hair. You lose that glow, that vigor, that vitality in your skin and in your face. Everything isn't about weight loss. Weight loss can be done and achieved the healthy way. Extreme diets, fad diets will give you quick results, but they don't focus on the holistic needs of the human body. So now you have vitamin E. Without selenium, vitamin E cannot perform its function in your arteries. So when it comes to cardiovascular health, you also need selenium. When it comes to the prevention and the reduction of risks of certain cancers, you need selenium. Even if you're going through cancer, you need selenium to recover. It is chemopreventive in nature. It protects you from the side effects of radiation, and selenium is even required as it is an immunomodulator. It is required for the immune system to function, to be smart, to identify proliferating cancer cells. So this is why we keep coming back to ground zero. What is ground zero? The basic fundamentals. What is the kind of nutrition your body needs at this point? Not what social media is telling you, what your body requires, according to conditions you have, according to the medication that you're on, according to the treatment that you're going through, according to how much of stress you have in your life, because even stress depletes vitamins and micronutrients from the human body. We need selenium for your thyroid function. A lot of people come and say, hey Luke, how are you reversing hundreds and thousands of people's thyroid? The doctor says it can't be done. Well, we don't want to argue with the doctor. We just want to do our job and have your doctor get you off thyroid medication. And we do that because thyroid function in most cases is a deficiency of selenium. It's a deficiency of zinc. It's a deficiency of iodine. It's a deficiency of vitamin E. And of course, there's stress, sleep deprivation, incorrect foods, lack of exercise, or too much of exercise. So when you holistically put the parts of the puzzle together, guess what? Your body heals you. We don't heal you. Your doctor doesn't heal you. Your body heals you at some point. So selenium is required For a Hashimoto's thyroid, for a hypothyroid, it is required because it is not what Luke says. It is what your body requires. You always give your body what it requires. No diet plan out there, no medical plan can work if it works on the principle of putting you into a box that all cancers should be treated this way, all diabetes should be treated this way, all obesity should be treated this way. No. You're unique. You're a bio-individual. When we remove you from that box and we start looking at you as a unique individual, we start to require how much of what is required for your unique self. And that's the success of healing. Then, inflammatory conditions. Almost 96% of the diseases out there are inflammatory in nature, which means by reducing inflammation in the human body, you can get better. Selenium is required to reduce CRP levels. What is CRP? C-reactive protein. It is an inflammatory marker of more than 100 possible conditions in the human body. You don't have to be scared if your CRP is high, because unless you can correlate it with a disease, sometimes you can probably knock your elbow really hard and that pain can cause inflammation and CRP to go up. It can be something as simple as that, or sometimes it can be as deadly as a cancer forming in your body or a cancer that you have existing in your system, or an elevated HCRP, which is inflammation in the heart. Well, coming back to selenium, it is also used when you are looking at a fatty liver case or a cirrhotic liver. We use selenium to help our cirrhotic liver patients slowly recover. It is also required for cardiovascular patients, patients who have stents, patients who are going through bypass surgeries, post-bypass surgeries, because it is a powerful antioxidant. Today, selenium is medically and scientifically studied to also help with cognitive decline. So in cases of Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia. So it just comes down to the basics. Simple basics. If the body needs selenium, we need to give it selenium. Now, where do we find selenium? You find selenium in Brazil nuts. But one Brazil nut can give you more selenium than your body requires in a day. So again, it needs to be calculated. You can find it in eggs. You can find it in chicken, you can find it in sunflower seeds, you can find it in mushrooms, you can find it in wheat germ, you can find it in wheat, whole grains, oats, oat bran. But of course, a lot of people can't eat wheat because they're celiac, or the quality of wheat has changed today and it affects your gut, and you really can't eat wheat based on the quality that you have there. Now, you can use supplements of selenium as long as it's given to you by your doctor, your medical professional, or your functional medicine experts. Because again, if you have too much of selenium, it can be toxic to the human body. You can have hair loss, you can have tremors, you can have muscle soreness, you can have extreme fatigue. Too much of anything in excess becomes dangerous to the human body. So again, sometimes Brazil nuts, for example, we were doing this beautiful study. Even Brazil nuts, depending on where it's grown, if the soil is deficient in selenium, a Brazil nut, which can give you 175% of the selenium that you require in the day, if it's grown in soil where it's deficient, that same Brazil nut could give you just 10% to 11%. So you see, we need to make informed decisions, know where our food is coming from. But for patients who have conditions, we would use a supplement, because you cannot always, unfortunately, be dependent on food because of the quality of food today. But do it the right way. If you're healthy, you just need the right amount of selenium to maintain. You can get it from a Brazil nut, half a Brazil nut, eggs, chicken. You can get it from meat. You can get it from sunflower seeds, mushrooms, like I said. But for everyone else, I would use supplemental selenium for a thyroid patient. I would use it for a cardiovascular patient as well. I would use it for cancer patients. I would use it for cirrhotic liver patients, but make an informed decision. Always, we need to put that disclaimer, because you do not know what other complications the patient always has. But the underlying message of my video today is the human body needs selenium. It needs selenium for skin elasticity as well. Selenium is also required for the production of glutathione. So a lot of people out there who are not happy with their skin color and they just think they can become white by taking more glutathione, just go on taking glutathione injections and tablets. It's useless if you don't have the precursors. It's useless if your liver isn't working the right way. So always start with the basics. Clean diet. Is my diet giving my cells what they need? Not what social media thinks. At the end of the day, the simple answer for your nutrition is, it's not what Luke says, it's not what social media says. Everything I tell you is based on what the human body requires, not on what we think you need. If trillions of cells require micronutrients and vitamins, then that's what we need to give our body. There's no debate there. We give our body what the cells require for survival, not what we think we need. We don't exercise thinking that, oh, this is going to make us feel good. We exercise on basis of what our body needs. So a 14-year-old body will need a different kind of exercise. So will a 20-year-old, and a 30, and a 40, and a 50, a 70, 80, and 90. It is dependent on what your body requires. So remove yourself from the box that you may have put yourself into, the societal pressures, the society boxes that society creates for you, and start thinking with common sense. My body needs this. Let me give it what it requires. I have a disease, I now need to eat for my disease. If I have a shallow goal of weight loss, the world has all the extreme diets to sell you. You may lose that weight, but you're not going to be healthy. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Let me make it very clear today. Yes, we should maintain a great body weight, but also let me tell you, I have patients who are pleasantly plump. I have patients who have big bellies. I have clients who may not look fit, but when you look at their medical records, they are healthier than people who are skinny thin, people who may have six packs, people who may have size zero figures. You got to see that health is holistic. Fitness is not just about your size. It's about how happy you are in your mind, the quality of your sleep, the strength and depth of your social connections, the kind of diets that you eat that may not be clean, but it gives your body everything that you need. Otherwise, it would look this way. It would only be the people with the six packs and size zero figures who are living to 100 years old. But that's not the truth. When I look at my 100-year-old patients at 95 and 96, they have paunches, they have belly buttons. I'm not promoting that. But I'm saying a shallow thought process of a thin body is shallow in nature. Finally, it is what trillions of cells in the human body require. That is why sometimes a lot of you will have friends who have a lot of weight, but they're healthy and they're way happier than people who are thin and appear to be fit all the time. Because holistic fitness is also about the mind. And one thing I can tell you after 9 years of working with dying patients and the longest living patients, nutrition is at the bottom. Then is exercise. But your sleep, emotional wellness, and happiness is at the top. And if you can maintain that, everything gets better. Because happy people make healthier choices to eat. Happier people choose to work out. Unhappy people force themselves. They deprive themselves. They put themselves on extreme diets. They become nasty. They disrespect other people's religions and ways of eating. They find faults with other people who choose different parts of eating. Those are unhealthy people who choose extremes. Because when you look at the data and you look at real life examples of people, your answer is right there. So this is the importance of selenium. These are the different sources that you can get it from. Selenium is great for your skin. And men out there, who masturbate too much, you need to understand that masturbation is okay. If you're doing it with the right intention, you do it the right way, all of that stuff. But if you become an addict of porn and, you're just constantly beating the meat all the time, let me tell you something that it's making you weaker and weaker and weaker. Why? Because each time you ejaculate, a lot of selenium comes out of your body, as well as a lot of other minerals. So, if you're not eating the right way, you're doing everything the wrong way. That's why people who masturbate continuously using pornography and stuff, always low on energy. They start to become very deficient. They have acne, they have pimples and all of that stuff. You see, there's nothing wrong with all of these things. The problem is overconsumption of pornography. The problem is you become a slave to pleasure and dopamine. Everything needs to be done in balance. Women need to release sexual energy. They can masturbate. There's no problem with that. There's no problem with men masturbating unless you become a slave to it and you're doing too much of it. A lot of selenium is found in your sperm count. Remember that. So have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep, and remember, you care is all about you.